I want to be honest with you. Everybody has experienced failure in one form or another. In this video, I'm going to help you build a failure firewall. First thing we're going to do is we're going to catch the small problems early. And then we're going to contain them and learn from them so they don't spread. And then we're going to channel the lessons into next step actions. We're going to do this right now. Get your pen, your paper. It ain't going to be long. We're going to help you build the failure firewall using the E3 framework: exposure, education, and execution. TC, I failed. Guess what? I have too. That's why I'm talking to you, because I don't want you to lose your failure experience as a wasted opportunity. We're going to channel this thing into a lesson for a next step so that you will see success in your business, your life, your family, whatever it applies to. We're going to make sure this thing works. But check it out. I want you to think of this as detect, contain, and convert. Because what the E3 model does with failure is it converts it into feedback. E3 converts failure into feedback. You got that? Let me say that for the people in the back. E3 converts failure into feedback. I like to say it like this. I've heard this from an old pastor of mine say this: God never wastes an experience, even the one you deem as a failure. Got that? Check this out now. Failure is not the dead end. It's not the end of the road. It's simply feedback for your success. But it's only feedback if you do a few things, and we're going to get into that right now. Watch this. The key to having a firewall is the feedback makes you better. It doesn't make you bitter. It makes you better. It does not make you bitter. And I'll show you how to do this in the E3 framework with exposure, education, and execution. You ready? Let me say it again. Failure is simply feedback for your success. Say it with me. Type it on the line. Write it in your notepad. Failure is feedback for your success. Okay, why a firewall? Why am I even watching this video with you, TC, talking about a firewall? Why do I need one? Because I want you to succeed, period. No explanation needed, no thesaurus, no dictionary. You don't have to Google it, look this up. I want you to succeed. You deserve to succeed. You need to succeed. You owe it to the world to succeed. All right? But watch this. The reason why you need a firewall is because small mistakes can become big problems when you let them spread. Small mistakes can become big problems when you let them spread. The firewall keeps the small things contained. It catches them, it cools them down, and turns them into power. It catches them, cools them down, and turns them into power. And I like E3 because E3 really keeps it simple. What do you mean? The first thing you got to do, write this down. Spot it. Exposure. I see it. You got to spot it. You cannot address something that you don't see. You have to spot it first. If you spot it, then that's when the failure can become the feedback. But you got to be able to spot it first. You got to be able to look for it. And watch this. Do something once. Here's an exercise that you can do once a week in spotting it. Here, number one is look at one number or result that matters. Look at one thing that matters. Number two, ask a key word here, trusted voice. Ask a trusted voice, what should I fix first? What do I mean by trusted voice? Like a mentor, a coach, Somebody who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, bumper sticker, somebody who has the experience and overcame what you're trying to overcome. Somebody who's already cooled down what you're experiencing, that the temperature is rising currently in your situation. That's the trusted voice. And then watch this. Take a quiet minute. Take a quiet minute. Pray and listen. Take a deep breath. Pray and listen. Because if you get this, it's going to allow you to spot it early. And then watch this. Now your failure is becoming feedback. Second thing, once you spot it, next thing you got to do is you got to learn. Second E in the E3, educate yourself. You got to learn from what you've spotted, from what you've seen, from what you've been exposed to. Now you got to turn your feedback not just into information, you got to turn it into a plan. All right. Try to do this in 60 seconds. Answer this question. What happened? Why did it happen? And then what will I do differently the next time? What happened? Why did it happen? And what will I do differently the next time? Because failure only becomes feedback when you learn from the lesson. If you don't learn anything from it, prepare to go through it again. This quick 60-second exercise. What happened? Why did it happen? And then what am I going to do different the next time? Educate yourself, learn from it. Then here it is. Last thing, once you've spotted it, once you've learned from it, now it's time to launch. You got to execute. You can't just sit there and say, oh my, and just have a pity party for yourself, man. You got to get up. And now you got your plan. Now it's time to execute the plan. Feedback without motion is just noise. Feedback without motion is just noise. I don't want you to launch a big action. I don't want you to go out there and overwhelm yourself. Say, oh my God, TC, man, I got. Now I want you to launch one small, tiny action in the next 5 to 15 minutes. In the next 5 to 15 minutes, I want you to launch one small, tiny action. What is that? Send the email, post the update, make the phone call. Why are you saying that? Send the email, post the update, make the phone call, put content out there. Why are you saying that? Because you need proof that you did it. You need proof that you've executed and made a move on your plan, that you've actually done something. Yeah. And so failure is feedback when you launch into the next step. That's why that firewall is so important. It has to cool it down, contain it, so you can learn from it. And once you learn from it, you got a plan that you devise from it. And now you launching your plan. Do something in the next 5 to 15 minutes. Send the email, post the update, record the content. Do something real quick to give yourself proof. In other words, that you got the receipts, that this thing didn't stop me. It was just simply feedback for my future success. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. You got your pen, your pad out. You can go back and rewind this if you need to. It's okay. But I want you to write these 3 lines down. One thing that's not working, that's feedback spotted. One reason it happened, that's feedback learned. And one action today, that's feedback launched. Let me say it again. One thing not working is feedback spotted. One reason it happened is feedback learned. One action today is feedback launched. Spot it, learn it, launch it. Spot it, learn it, launch it. Those are the bricks, the steel beams, the columns that's holding up your failure firewall. Got it? All right. Remember, through this E3 framework, failure is just simply feedback for your success. When you run it through spot it, exposure. Learn it, educate, launch it, execute. Man, if this has helped you, I want you to drop a comment below, tag somebody in the comments, share this video with somebody. And content like this is just blessing you and just helping you out, and it's becoming a great asset in your business and in your life. Follow the channel. Hit the like and subscribe button, man, because listen, we out to get it. We out to get it. We out to get it. You're out to get it, and you're going to get it. Because watch this. You've been exposed. You're going to educate yourself, and you're going to execute. And the results are going to be absolutely phenomenal. This is TC. I'll catch y'all again on the next video. I'll talk to you soon.